Hello and welcome to another video by Johnny. Chào mừng các bạn một video khác của Johnny nha. Speaking time. Rồi đến lớp học speaking nha. Rồi lớp chúng ta bây giờ đã lên sĩ số là 5 người. We have 5 people in the class now. I'm so excited. We have many people who will need speaking practice. Now, so we'll do speaking practice this time. And class, are you ready? My online class, are you ready?
Yes,
Yes.
ready as always.
Part 1 speaking. Miss Quý, do you remember what you have to do in part 1, 2, and 3 of speaking?
No.
Okay. Part 1. In speaking, you just have to speak about any question for like 2 or 3 sentences. Mỗi một cái câu hỏi chỉ cần là trả lời 2-3 câu gì đó thôi. Quan trọng nhất là gì? What's the most important thing here in this part 1? Fluency and pronunciation. Phát âm và cái chuyện trôi chảy, nói trôi chảy trong cái part 1 rất cần thiết. Vocabulary,
Alright.
you don't need it. You don't need fancy vocabulary, không cần từ vựng phức tạp mà nhìn đẹp đẽ gì cả. Trong part 1. Part 2, you need to be careful with the tense, the verb tenses, the tenses that you use. Part 2 cần phải cẩn thận cái thì của cái động từ mình sử dụng. Thì
Okay.
quá khứ, hiện tại, tương lai đó. Part 3, you have to basically do your best. Bring every knowledge, bring everything you know into part 3. Try to answer as much as you can. Part 3,
Okay.
cố gắng hết mức có thể để mà những câu hỏi đó. Đem 30 từ vựng khủng, tất cả mọi thứ xuống đạn đem ra hết. Okay. Okay, now 16. Remembering people's names. So, Mr. Young, please. Is it easy to remember the names of people?
Well, if we are communicate with each other every day, we will easy to remember each of the we communicate names. But it's just if it's just one time, we cannot really remember their names.
Their names?
Yeah.
Yes, their names. Just one time.
Right. So, Mr. Young, what do you do to help you remember people's names better?
Well, in my opinion, I really to help me remember people's name. I really communicate to them
You
recently.
communicate with them, right?
Yes, with them and to remember easily. Just how can I say? I remember.
Okay. So, Miss Yuen, please. Do you think it's important to remember people's names?
In my opinion, I think this is necessary to remember people's name because this is like show how much you respect others, and this is a polite behaviors. Behavior, yes.
Okay, good. So, Miss Yuen, do any names have special meanings in your country?
I think
Think about some common names.
yes. I think any names have a special meanings in my country. Like my names, Yun. I think my mother wish me could have to be charming.
Well, my mother wanted or wished that I could have an inner charm. Một cái duyên ngầm.
Yes. Inner charm. Okay.
Very good. So basically it's inner charm, you can see here. Cái duyên ngầm. Or if someone with a name Tu, it can be a girl or a boy, a man or a woman, but Tu means beautiful. And Dương also mean, what does it mean? It's the sun, right? The sun.
Yes, that's right. It's a sun.
Like bright sun, sunshine. Or Quý mean precious. Or Mr. Bang, what's your name? What's the meaning of your name? I don't remember.
Actually, I'm not sure about that, but it's always smart name. It's when it combines with my middle name, so that's why my mother gave it to me.
But does it have any special meaning? What do you think?
I have no idea. Need to ask my mother again.
Need to ask her. Okay.
Why did she give me that name?
Okay, so Mr. Bang, how do you feel when people can't remember your name?
I feel a little bit disappointed, especially for some I consider a friend, but sometimes we don't have a chance to meet each other for a long time, and when we meet again, they can't remember my name. It's such a disappointed, very sad thing
Such a
to hear that.
disappointment, right? Such a
Such a
disappointment.
disappointment. Yeah, such a disappointment.
Right. So, Miss Tu, how do you feel when people can't remember your name?
Well, I can understand why others are not
You're not
familiar with my name. I have to say my name is quite common and it's not very unique.
unique.
Then
Unique. Okay. It's not
unique.
unique.
Then when I find that others cannot remember my name, I will introduce myself again. It doesn't matter. The life space are fast and there are a lot of new people. So it's quite natural for people to forget.
It's quite natural.
Natural for people to forget others' names.
To forget. Những âm đúng nha. To forget other people's name. So, Miss Tu, what do you do to help you remember people's names better? Miss Tu, please.
Yes. Thầy nói lại câu hỏi giùm em được không thầy?
What do you do to help you remember people's names better?
Yes. I think it is important to remember people's name because when remember someone's name is important not only in work but also in everyday life. This ability helps you create an instant rapport
Rapport là cái mối quan hệ thân thiết.
Yes, rapport with
rapport.
someone you just met.
With someone you just met, right? Okay, so Miss Quý, please.
So, Miss John.
Yes, do you think it's important to remember people's names?
Oh, in my opinion,
yes.
It's in some case. For the people, if you meet the first time, in general, I think it's not important enough for me. But for the people, if you often to meet them, if you don't remember their name, it may feel hurt.
It may hurt.
Yes.
Hurt
because it may hurt.
So it may hurt. So Miss Quý, do you think will you forget other people's names if they also forget your name? Nếu người ta quên tên mình thì mình liệu có quên tên người ta luôn không? Yes, that's what it means. Yes. What do you think?
You know, John, I sometimes forget my friend names. because we don't see each other for a long time. So I forgot their names, and I feel so ashamed.
Ashamed?
At that time,
Are you sure?
ashamed. Yes, ashamed. Yes, because they are my friend, and we haven't met for a long time. So when I meet them again, I don't know how to greet them. So I will find a way to greet them by the other ways. For example, instead I call them by name. I say bạn. Yeah, something like that.
So you just mentioned like.
And sometimes I say yes, and sometimes I say for sorry. I say sorry to them because.
Dùng đại từ. Thay vì dùng tên hãy dùng đại từ. Bà, ông.
Yes,
Even
that's the way.
You don't remember people's names, right? Now, let's come to part 2 nào. Bây giờ chúng ta vào part 2 đi. We will need to do 24. Okay, part 2. Remember that you have only 1 minute in the real exam to think about your topic you are going to say. And you have 1 to 2 minutes in the real exam to talk about your topic, okay? Lúc đi thi được có đúng 60 giây để suy nghĩ thôi nha các bạn. Cho cái chủ đề số 2. Và không có thời gian để suy nghĩ chủ đề số 3 nha. You will not have enough time. You will not have the time to think about part 3. But part 3 is related to part 2. Part 3 với part 2 nó chủ đề giống nhau mà. Nhưng mà không có thời gian suy nghĩ cho part 3 nha. Chỉ có 60 giây để suy nghĩ cho part 2 thôi. Và lúc mà làm part 2 thì mình được 1 đến 2 phút để nói về chủ đề đó. Now, 24. Describe an argument two of your friends had. Miêu tả một cái cuộc tranh luận mà hai cái người bạn của bạn đã có. So basically it's in the past. Có chữ had là biết trong quá khứ rồi. You should say what had happened. Nó đã diễn ra lúc nào. What it was about. Nó đã về cái gì. How it was solved. Nó được giải quyết như thế nào. And explain how you felt about it. Bạn cảm thấy thế nào về điều đó. And you have part 3 about arguments. What do family members usually have arguments about? Những thành viên trong gia đình thường có những cuộc tranh luận về cái gì? You need to talk about many things, okay? But part 3, remember, do not bring your own examples in, okay? Do not talk about yourself. Part 3, người ta nói về những cái chung chung trong xã hội thôi, chứ đừng có bao giờ đem cái ví dụ của bản thân vào nha. Chịu điểm á, ráng chịu. Number 2, is it easier for you to have arguments with your family or with your friends? And why? Liệu có dễ dàng để các bạn có cuộc tranh để con người ta, cái này you là con người ta nè. You, him and people, okay? Is it easy for people to have arguments with their families or with their friends? Liệu có dễ dàng để mà có những cuộc tranh luận với gia đình hoặc bạn bè không? What are the best way to avoid arguments? Những cách tốt nhất để tránh những cuộc tranh luận là gì? What causes argument between countries? Điều gì gây ra cái cuộc tranh luận, tranh cãi giữa những đất nước với nhau? Okay, you have 2 minutes to think about this part. 2 phút suy nghĩ, bắt đầu. Okay, let's get ready. Okay, so Mr. Bang, you please start first. Describe an argument two of your friends had.
Okay, so when I was in university in my third year, when I was in the third year at university, my friend and I decided to do a research about farming method of shrimp. So we search for information, we look for idea, and then finally we come back and discuss together. And suddenly my friend and I didn't agree. My friend and I didn't agree in certain points of the idea. So we came out. We have to sit down again and discuss and give some solution out of it. So I think after that we the result was great, and that argument is like constructive to our research. So I think argument in daily life is really important.
Okay.
And that I think that how to say, so if at that time we didn't agree, or we didn't solve that argument, the research I think wouldn't be done perfectly.
Wouldn't be done effectively or perfectly.
Effectively.
Okay, very
Okay.
good. Now, Miss Tu, please.
Yes.
Describe an argument two of your friends had.
Well, I think interpersonal debates are quite common due to different views and beliefs on certain topics. Sometimes such good arguments and even fights over unnecessary topics. Here, I would like to talk about a time when two of my best friends argued with each other about the importance of money and happiness in our lives. Actually,
in our life. Trong
in
cuộc
our
sống
lives.
Cái life đếm được nha, không phải cái life đếm được nha. In our life.
Actually, 6 months ago, my friends and I planned to spend more quality time together on the weekend because we were bored with our daily schedule.
Our daily schedule.
Okay. So we all decided to meet at my friend's house. When we got together, we started discussing our daily activities. After a while, my two friends, Hải and Hùng, started talking about how important happiness.
Taking or talking?
Started talking about how important happiness and money are in a person's life. Hải advocates having a satisfying lifestyle, but Home says we can get anything if we have a lot of money. At first, I did not pay much attention because it's difficult to generalize.
Mind, you mean? To convince them?
Generalize.
To generalize. Nói
Yes.
chung, generalize.
Generalize these two factors. But when their discussion turned into a heated argument, they got angry and started shooting at each other.
What do you mean shooting? Shouting? They started to shout?
Okay. And started shouting at each other.
Okay.
Finally,
and how it was solved? Nhắn, please.
Finally, I interrupted them and made them understand.
Finally, I interrupted them
and made them understand that both of these factors play an equal role in our life.
Both these factors played an equal role in our life.
Furthermore, to appease them, to create a thought that makes us loud. I must say that.
I don't understand that. Nói lại.
Nghĩa là
please. Do cái phát âm á, người ta không hiểu. Ảnh hưởng đến Furthermore, yes,
ask
try
me,
again. Furthermore,
to ask me them. I create a joke that makes us laugh. Nghĩa là bẻ câu chuyện để cho chúng tôi cùng cười với thầy, kiểu như nói một cái câu chuyện hài. Yes, I must say that such arguments constantly occur between friends on a daily basis.
On a daily basis.
Which helps to make their relationship stronger. So that's when two of my friends got into an argument.
4 phút. That was very, very long. Miss Two, remember you have only 2 minutes in the real exam. And if the examiner stop you at the end of the second minutes and you haven't said all the points here, that is bad. Quá 2 phút mà cái người examiner họ stop mình lại ngay lập tức mà mình vẫn chưa trả lời được phần đông những cái ý trong đây là không tốt đâu. Be careful. Now, Miss Quý, please describe an argument two of your friends had. Can you?
All right, John. I have some friends and we are in the group conversation. And last week, my friend has an argument about the quarantine. They live in a different country, so they talking about the way of quarantine time. So many thoughts were raised, and the story going not to be into the end.
Story did not go into the end. There was no conclusion.
Yes. So at that time,
no conclusion. Thì mình phải là no, there wasn't. Chứ không phải yes thì đúng rồi đâu nha. Be careful with that.
Sorry, John, can you say again?
Cái vấn đề logic những người Việt và người Anh người ta nói chuyện với nhau. Thì nếu mà nãy mình hỏi mấy câu yes no á, thì mình hỏi là liệu câu chuyện nó đi đến kết thúc hay không. Thì Quý nên nói là không, nó chẳng đi đến kết thúc gì đâu, chứ không phải là yes thầy đúng rồi. You understand, right? Đây là một cái vấn đề cơ bản luôn á, sai cơ bản luôn á. This is a very basic mistake that Vietnamese people often make. So I asked you, so it didn't go anywhere, right?
Yes.
No, you have to say no, it didn't go anywhere. Mình phải trả lời là no. No, it didn't go anywhere. Mới đúng.
Okay, John.
Now, please continue.
And so at that time, I get involved and raised another story to talk, to stop the conversation. I told them, each of them should be keep calm, and I myself don't feel happy.
Didn't you yourself didn't feel happy? You mean?
And I didn't feel happy. If you still continue, if you are supposed to continue about the story like this.
Okay, good enough, very good. Đó, ngắn gọn thôi, ngắn gọn là được, như vậy là được. Cái hồi nãy là to strike a conversation nha, bắt chuyện. To strike a conversation, you can say to raise a conversation as well. You can say that. Now,
John, John, chị hỏi xíu. Cái câu 24 này á là mình kể lại câu chuyện hay là mình trả lời những cái bullet point trên 3 câu chấm chấm này nè. Mình kể lại một câu chuyện ngắn đúng không?
Theo mấy cái ý mà người ta yêu cầu thôi là được rồi. Yeah.
Còn không thì cứ cái câu đầu câu vậy mình cứ trả lời vậy thôi hả?
Yeah, cứ tuân
là
theo.
Được hả?
Được rồi. Nó không yêu cầu nhiều, chỉ cần tuân theo mấy ý là được rồi. Yeah. Không cần phải nhiều đâu, mà nhiều mất công lan man rồi bị trừ điểm nữa.
Khoảng bao nhiêu phút thì ok?
Thì maximum 2 phút. Tại vì quá 2 phút người ta sẽ ngưng mình ngay lập tức luôn để mà người ta còn hỏi qua part 3 nha.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I just explained how the part 2 is. Just stick to all the points here and do not go out of topic. Đừng đi ra ngoài chủ đề nha. Lạc đề chết. Anyway,
Okay.
Mr. Young, please describe an argument two of your friends had, please.
Well, a long time ago, there's two of my best friend now. He not really study with me. They are not study with me.
They are
One
not study with me. They
now.
did not study with me, right?
Yes. And so one of them are really how can I say cục súc là gì thầy?
Sorry?
Cục súc đó thầy.
Brute. Quite brute. They are quite brute. If you check this word out, brute is a noun, a rough and sometimes violent man. Cái người mà rất là cục súc, cộc cằn, đôi khi là bạo lực. I think you can use the word brutish. Rough, unpleasant, and often violent. Okay, you can use the word brutish. Cục súc ấy. But it's different from the word brutal, okay? Brutal là độc ác, tàn bạo, thường chẳng có cảm xúc gì cả. Nó khác với chữ cục súc nha. Brutal is different from brutish, okay? Okay, just use the word brutish, I think. So brute is a noun, but brutish is an adjective. Okay, continue, please.
Well, one of them are British. Yes.
Brutish, not British.
I say British.
Brutish.
One of them is British.
Something
and one of them quietly quite peaceful.
Nhanh chóng. We are running
Quite peaceful. But sometimes when they playing games and they have a
Cẩn thận cái thì sử dụng.
difficult argument.
The tense you're using.
They had a difficult argument, and they say they said the bad word to each other, and after that, a big argument came. So for me, I'm just stay away and drinking tea and when they say
when they
which
said that,
which side would I choose, so I chose the neutral. I just stand middle of them.
You are impartial, không theo phe nào cả. You chose to be impartial, không theo phe nào cả.
Impartial.
Right? Remember that word, impartial? Okay. How you felt about it? Nhanh chóng.
Well, for me, it's not really a good argument, but I just stay outside. And sometimes I think it may be a fun for me to watch them say bad words to each other.
Okay, enough. Now, Miss Yuen, please describe an argument two of your friends had, please.
In my high school exam, we were too young and foolish.
What?
My peer
and
foolish.
Foolish,
Yes.
I think. Ngu ngốc.
Foolish.
Yes.
Trẻ và ngu ngốc. We were young, foolish.
My peer cheated in the exam, so I thought this wasn't equality. After that, I told our teacher to know her mistake. So we argued to each other, and she hated me. Yes.
She hated me.
Yes, she hated me. Finally, our teacher solved our problems. Now, when I look back, this is fruitless and pointless to argument.
It's pointless.
With our friends.
Okay.
Yes.
Pointless and fruitless. Không trái cây.
Yes.
Là không trái cây là sao? Fruitless là
vô vị.
Vô vị. Fruitless.
This was This is one of the most memorable moments in my high school time. Yes, memorable.
Yes. Anything else? Okay, good. Rồi bây giờ qua part 3 nha. Mr. Bang, please. So, what do family members usually have arguments about?
Well, in my family, I think
No,
let me
don't talk
repeat
about your
myself.
whole family. Talk about
Yes,
your
yes.
family in general.
For the family, I think that they would argue about the daily basis activities, such as tidy up the place, or their children mess up the house and they have to clean up, and they have like something like that, and I how to say that, and I think I couldn't say more about that. I think.
Why?
Let me. I need to organize my thought. Well,
As your thoughts, but you don't have time. Now, so what are the best ways to avoid arguments? What do you think, Mr. Bang?
The best way to avoid argument is to listen more and understand. So less talking, but spend time to listen to the people's opinion.
Okay. Right. That's a bit too short.
Okay. Oh yes, a bit short.
Miss Wee, please. So, what do family members usually have arguments about?
In my opinion, a family member usually have arguments about the educating of their children.
So, the education of their children.
Oh yes.
Okay. The education of their children.
Mới một câu.
And is it not easier for me to?
I know it's not easy.
Do we need to express more?
Yes, we need to. Nói chung là ráng cố gắng làm rộng cuộc tranh luận ra để người ta có cái để chấm điểm, để có cái người ta gọi là nâng cái band điểm mình lên mức cao nhất mình có thể đạt được ở part 3. Remember that. Bring everything you know out, so that you will get to the maximum band score that you can possibly get.
Yes, because each of them have their own opinion. So they want to keep their point of view.
Yes.
And not receive the other opinions. And for me, it's not easier to have the
not easy
argument.
To have.
It's not easy. Yeah, it's not easy.
And for me, it's not easy to have an argument with my family because at that time I feel so stressed.
I was feeling so stressed
yes, at that time I was feeling so stressed and depressed.
You're talking about your own family now. This question is about in general, you know.
Okay, it's not myself because I see with your family. So I answer.
Don't worry about that. Won't worry about that. Just talk about family in general.
Yeah, okay. It's not easy for them to have an argument with the family or with their friend because I think at that time they feel stressed and depressed. The best way to avoid the argument are when one person raises their voice, the other person needs to keep silent and listen to the other.
Exactly.
Yes. Because if the people didn't do that way, the story didn't go to the end.
The story would not go to the end. Tại vì nó là cái mệnh đề if á. Mệnh đề if loại mệnh đề if it's it's a condition. So if they did not, the story would not go to the end. Okay.
Okay.
Now, please be careful.
If they did not, okay. Between the argument between the countries are about the politics and the economics. Between.
Yeah.
and the argument between the countries are usually about the politics and the economic.
Yes.
Internal
What cause?
conflict
Okay,
between two
so
countries.
Miss Tu, please. What do you think? What are the best way to avoid arguments then, Miss Tu? What do you think?
Well, the best way to avoid an argument is to try to listen. How can you win if you keep talking
Exactly.
and don't um, and those give others a chance to express your views and be shared. Please try to say a little more, so you have done them a favor, and they will appreciate
What?
um,
Appreciate.
appreciate your generosity and
Generosity. Generosity.
generosity,
Generosity.
and the more they talk, the more sơ hở là cái gì đó thầy? The more
Loophole.
đúng rồi, loopholes they have. So listen, find the truth in the arguments and make your point convincing.
Convincing. You mean to make your voice more convincing or persuasive?
Yes.
All right, good. Very good. Very good. Mr. Yoon, please. So, is it easier for someone to have arguments with their family or with their friends? What do you think? Dễ có cuộc tranh luận với gia đình hay dễ có cuộc tranh luận với bạn bè hơn? Don't talk about your family, okay? Don't talk about your own family. Don't talk about yourself, okay? Just in general.
Okay, so it's gonna be easier.
It's gonna be. Dùng gonna. It's going to be.
Going to
IELTS là
it's
cuộc
going
tranh
to
luận
be
mà tránh những cái từ không có tránh những cái từ như là từ lóng nè, tránh những từ không trịnh trọng nè, wanna, gonna, dad, mum, kid biến thành phải là children nè, mother nè, father nè, going to be, going to, want to. Không có dùng từ stuff nữa, phải dùng từ items hoặc things nữa. Remember. Okay. Now, your turn.
It's going to be easier to have an argument
An
with families easier because families have a lot of problems for each
Family
day.
have a lot of problems. Are you sure? There are a lot of problems in the family.
There are a lot of problems in every day, every second.
And
we will have a big argument. Everything gonna be an argument.
Gonna.
It's going to be an argument. Even the workings are education, housework. It's gonna be an argument, or maybe a big argument. So with friends,
yes.
So with friends, they're not really a lot of argument. Just
em có đi vòng
sometimes.
Chẳng đi vào đâu cả. Giống như là cái nội dung cứ đi vòng vòng nó không có đi vào đâu cả. Be careful, Mr. Yu. You are just going around without doing any actual answering the questions, without actually answering it. Miss Yuen, please.
Okay.
So what do you think? Is it easier for someone to have an argument with their family or with their friends? And why?
A lot of people, including me, I think this is really difficult and tough to argue with our family.
Argue.
With our family, friends, and peer, because especially in argue with families, really difficult because we are family members and we are living together for a long time. We have lived with each other for a long time.
We have
So
been with each other for a long time.
yeah, we have been live with each other for a long time. So we can tolerant and patient with each other.
Can be more tolerant with each other.
Yes, we can be more tolerant and patient with each other. If we have some problems, we can solve this problem together.
Okay, in order to find a solution.
Yes.
And to end the conflict, to end the thing that's been causing argument. Okay, so Mr. Bang, please. So what do you think? What cause arguments between different nations or countries?
Okay, from my perspective, from my no need personal idea here, I think that it would be conflict, the most arguments between countries due to their own benefits. Each country benefits.
So it's because of benefits that cause
benefits
countries to
yes.
argue with each other, right?
So that the countries will argue with another country about benefits. So that is the most conflict between two countries, I think.
What do you think, Miss Kui? What causes conflicts or arguments between countries?
I think it's about the politics.
Of course, always about politics.
It's a huge, it's a huge thing. Vấn đề rộng.
It's a huge reason.
I don't know how to say.
You will. Okay, Miss Kui. So, what do you think now? Is argument a necessary thing for progress? What do you think? Để tiến bộ thì có cần có cuộc tranh luận không?
Which kind of progress?
Like, for example, progress in understanding each other, progress in education, progress in healthcare, progress in many things around the world. You think?
Yes, I think we should to have the same voice.
You mean to have a common ground? Có một
Yes.
cái chung với nhau.
But however, if that time is not good for you to say, you have to listen and find another time to talk about it. I think we can find a solution.
Okay.
The argument. Yeah. The arguments have a negative and positive.
There are positive and negative.
If we want to, yes, one thing happen that there are two sides, negative and positive.
All right, I think we should go to 25 then. Or we should do something without part 3. Làm gì đó mà không part 3 nha.
We go part 1 again.
No, why? Why would we go back to part 1? Why?
It's easy.
I need to practice. It's easier for personal thing.
You think so? No, you should practice with something more difficult. Trust me. There you go. There are some. Okay, there are some part 2 without part 3 here.
Right.
Okay, let's do 48. Describe a strange person you have met. Miêu tả một người lạ mặt mà các bạn đã gặp. You should say who this person is, when did you meet this person, him or her, how long you have known this person, Bạn đã biết người này được bao nhiêu lâu rồi? Why is he or she strange? Tại sao cái người đó là rất là kỳ lạ? Be careful, past tense, quá khứ nha các bạn, cẩn thận.
Lạ là lạ trong tính cách đó hả thầy?
Yes.
Lạ là cái ngoại hình đó thôi. Okay.
Could be. Nó có thể lạ về thứ gì đó, ngoại hình, tính cách hoặc là hành xử hay cái gì đó lạ về người đó. It could be about appearance, could be about behavior, could be about who they are, anything. And you have 1.5 minutes now to. Okay, let's start first. Miss Yuen, can you start first? Describe a strange person you have met, please.
So now I hardly mention about my best friend. The first time I have seen her at school, since I study in high school time, her character was really ridiculous.
Okay.
Yes. She always chống đối là gì?
She always rebel against.
Rebel against.
To rebel against someone or something. Chống đối, chống lại.
Rebel.
To rebel against someone or something. Chống đối, chống lại ai đó hoặc cái gì đó. To rebel against.
Okay. She always rebelled against our teacher. Never did homework and have some. And her appearance really strange and different from. Sorry.
What?
Cái thời gian nó không có con suy nghĩ kỹ quá thầy.
It doesn't match, right?
Yes.
Okay, maybe you're tired now. Okay, now let's come to Mr. Yoon, please. Can you describe a strange person you've met? Nhiều khi học lâu quá mình cũng mệt mỏi, không nghĩ được nha. Sometime after, like, I think we have been studying for like more than 2 hours, so maybe you're tired. I understand. Mr. Yoon, please describe a strange person you have met.
Okay.
What's okay?
Well, I'm tired too.
Come on, stop being lazy. You need to practice harder.
John, I think it's not about a tired. It's about a topic.
Oh, it's about tired.
Yeah. It's uncommon because recently, or maybe 2 or 3 years recently, I haven't met any strange person. So we have to imagine about the case to raise the topic to you.
We can talk about
so can you have any recommendation so we can describe about it?
You can recommend. You can describe of me because I'm very strange. Okay. I'm just joking.
Gần đây không có gặp ai lạ hết trơn, biết tả sao á.
It's me because I'm very strange.
I think it's about the topics. It's uncommon.
Okay. If it's uncommon, then you need to really be careful with this thing. Okay. Các bạn coi kỹ cái chủ đề nha. Tại vì nó có những cái chủ đề rất là khó và nó không có thông dụng lắm. Thì các bạn phải hiểu, suy nghĩ, đọc thử mới nghĩ ra được những cái như thế. And remember, you do not need to talk about something that is in reality. You can just make up a story. Có thể hoàn toàn là bịa ra một câu chuyện cũng được. You don't need to tell the truth. Không cần phải nói sự thật đâu trong IELTS.
Giờ bịa cũng phải có nội dung á.
Sao là cái câu chuyện nó nghe nó hợp lý là được. Tại vì IELTS nó chỉ test kỹ năng ngôn ngữ mà thôi, nó không hề test cái chuyện nó đúng hay sai. Mình cứ nói mình nói Lê Lợi và Lenin là hai anh em cũng được, nó không ai nói gì hết á.
Quan chung quan hệ là hai anh em.
Are you sure?
No, they are one.
Are you sure?
John biết sao không quen nói thật rồi, giờ phải tưởng tượng, bây giờ phải cần thời gian.
I'm just joking. But basically that's what happened for IELTS. Nếu mà muốn có ý tưởng
Or
thì các bạn phải đọc nhiều, phải
Đúng
đọc
rồi,
nhiều, đọc nhiều mới có ý tưởng, xong rồi nghe, xong rồi quan sát, xong rồi suy nghĩ thử ra xem. If you want to be able to answer these strange topics, you must read more. Remember, must read more, must imagine more. Tưởng tượng
yeah.
nhiều hơn. So, go through all of these speaking IELTS prediction. Try to find topics that you think is difficult and try to think more about it, okay? Qua bộ đề này các bạn coi những cái chủ đề nào mà khó thì mình tập trung vào nhiều, mình suy nghĩ nhiều hơn nhé. Don't wait until the class time and do it, okay? Đừng có chờ đến lúc lên lớp mới làm nha.
Alright.
Okay. I think we should stop here. It's been a long time now. Any question?
Hi, John.
Yes.
Can I have a question?
Yes, please.
It is the collection or the prediction from you for the IELTS?
Yeah, it's mine. I made it.
I see.
Don't worry, and I will I'll collect the new ones and then I will update it after some times.
All right, John.
Okay. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please like, share this video with your friends, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and press on the bell button next to the subscribe button so you can get notified about my new uploads, okay? You can also follow my Facebook. I'm telling this one to a lot of people who watch this video and not just our class. So okay, and please follow my Facebook, but don't add me on Facebook, okay? Bye, see you.